I am Ms. Frida Pereira, Assistant Professor from Kamal College of Arts, Science and Commerce for Women, Nuvengoa. The outline of this module is Introduction to Floriculture and History of Floriculture in India. The learning outcomes: the student will be able to define the term floriculture and outline the history of floriculture in India. The introduction: floriculture is said to be the art and knowledge of growing flowers to perfection. It also includes foliage plants, trees, shrubs, palms, ferns, bamboos, cacti, other succulents, and landscape gardening. The people involved in floriculture are called as floriculturists. The history of floriculture in India. The history of gardening in India dates back its civilization. The first evidence of the avenue tree people comes from the civilization of Mohenjo-daro. The second evidence during the same period is from Harappa civilization, where a tree similar to weeping willow was found. The Aryans were great lovers of flowers and ornamental plants. The lotus flower frequently finds its mention in Sanskrit scriptures of Vedic times. The peepal tree or Astvata also finds its mention in Atharva Veda and Rig Veda. Sita was held captivity by Ravana in Ashoka Vana. This consisted of most of the Ashoka trees. The association of trees with Lord Buddha's life is well known. Lord Buddha was born under Ashoka tree. He attained his enlightenment under the peepal tree. He spread his teachings under the mango and banyan tree. He breathed his last under Shaurya Robusta grove. The great Emperor Ashoka had adopted the arboriculture in his state policies. He planted many avenue trees during his time. Before the Mughals came to India, there was a long break in the history of floriculture in India, with the exception of Firoz Taghlaq, who established around 1200 gardens in and around Delhi, as well as more elsewhere. Babur, a great lover of flowers, established a garden at Agra called as Ram Bagh. He is also credited with the introduction of Persian rose in India. Akbar built the new capital at Fatehpur Sikri, complete with garden, trees and flowers. He is said to be the first Mughal to enter Kashmir and establish the garden Nasim Bagh, which is close to Dal Lake. Sher Shah Suri constructed the famous Grand Trunk Road and also planted avenue trees on both sides. Jahangir and his wife Noor Jahan were great lovers of flowers. They built gardens at Shalimar, Achabal and Verinag in Kashmir. Shah Jahan built the Red Fort in Delhi, which had a beautiful garden. The best known garden, the Shalimar Garden, was also established by Shah Jahan, which is in Lahore. He also established the gardens around Taj Mahal in the memory of his beloved wife Mumtaz. Nawab Wajid Ali Shah established Sikandar Bagh in Lucknow, which is presently known as the National Botanical Research Institute. Suraj Mal, the then Rajput king, established the Garden Palace at Deej with fountain, watercourses and other features. The garden at Amer Fort near Jaipur, started by Man Singh and was completed by Jai Singh II. The city of Jaipur was founded by Jai Singh II, where he built the palace and the gardens around it. The gardens and palaces in Chittor, the capital of Mewar rulers, were also famous. The arrival of British in India changed the whole pattern of gardening. The British brought along with them beautiful annuals, biennials and perennial flowers like phlox, verbena, larkspur, dahlia, carnations, etc. Before the English arrived, the gardening style in India was based on Mughals, and English transformed it into more informal style by laying many parks and gardens. The greatest contribution by British was the establishment of botanical gardens throughout our country. For example, the Sims Park in Kannur and the Darjeeling Botanical Garden in Darjeeling. The present garden styles in India are more or less laid on the style of the English gardens. The references for the present module: the book titled Floriculture in India by Randhawa and Mukhopadhyay, and the website Vikaspedia. Thank you.